Hello everyone and welcome. Hello everyone and welcome to Train Sim World 3. This is the latest train simulator by Dovetail Games, being released just over 2 years after Train Sim World 2. Today we will be taking our first look at this brand new simulator, as well as what's new, and to start off, what's better than the training center. Also because we're a bit of a noob and we've never actually driven the new trains that are featured in Train Sim World 3. So without further ado, let's take a look into it. So first of all, this is the main menu of Train Sim World 3. Hopefully the volume is not too loud. So, Train Sim World 3. This is the latest simulator, as I said, and this features 3 routes. However, there are basically a few different things with Train Sim World 3. But actually, I'll talk as we get playing. So we're going to start off with the... Let's see, fundamentals. I think we've done fundamentals, so let's see what this is. So we are going to be driving the class 395, as this is what's going to be used on the thing. So let's go with the introduction first. And so I'm trying to figure out how to structure this, because obviously this is live as well, which makes the structure a bit more awkward. Let me know, folks, if you're in the chat. For me, nothing's showing up at the moment, so I'm not ignoring anyone. Oh, what happened there? I think that's just loading. But basically, Train Sim World 3, the main features are the training center. There's also the new weather. It's on the same engine as Train Sim World 2, so it's still on the Unreal Engine 4. I know some people were saying it's on the Unreal Engine 5. That's actually not the case. It's on the Unreal Engine 4. Yeah, just... Perfect. It features 3 routes. We have the southeastern high speed, which has been extended by 30 miles. Which is approximately
Welcome
40...
to Ashford International, located in Kent in the southeast of England.
Which is approximately 48 kilometers.
Situated directly between London and the Strait of Dover, Kent has always been an important...
Basically, the extension with this is from Feversham to Ashford. I don't know why this keeps doing this.
Today, HS1, previously known
Blue
as
Diamond, hello, I'm well. How are you? Hope all is well with you. In addition, there's also 2 new routes. There is the high-speed train in Germany. So actually, the reason they've chosen the Southeastern is because it's the highest-speed train in the UK. And
there's
it's
a
also
route map over there.
Okay.
Fix this while you're here.
So, I don't know why that keeps doing that. It's a bit annoying. Okay. So, basically, the reason they've chosen this is because this is the highest speed train in the... oh, I'm going this way. This is the highest speed train line in the UK with a top speed of 210 miles per hour. For those of you who use the most sophisticated metric system, that equates to about 340 something kilometers an hour, which is quite fast.
This route. Make sure to apply all the route maps.
Oh, so we're taking this train, yes. That's the class 395. That's the class 365.
Place safety signs.
So I'm just multitasking here because at the same time, we want to make sure we don't mess up the scenario. In addition, we also have the new Castle line.
Your train has arrived. Let's climb aboard.
Let's climb aboard, yep. So basically, sorry, I'm going to be talking over her. Board the train. Oh, it wants to go into the carriage. Okay, let's take a look at the carriage. So this is the new train that comes with the Southeastern. So while it is part of the Addon that already exists in the game, it's with a new. It is with a new train, as you can see here. This actually features 12 trains altogether. But also to mention is that this is the standard edition.
Javelin, manufactured by Hitachi.
Oh, Hitachi! I didn't know Hitachi makes these trains.
Go on, sit down in any available seat.
Hitachi is like a Italian manufacturer. But yeah, basically, you don't actually have to get all 3. So the standard edition is 45 euro, and that features all 3 lines. And it features this one, the Southeastern, and it also features the American one, which is I don't know what that's called.
Although it has gone through 2 significant rebuilds since then. First to provide electrification, and then again to facilitate international travel.
Okay, so she's finished talking, and it also includes the German one.
Around 4 million domestic and international passengers use this station.
4 million doesn't sound like that much in the UK.
This route runs for over 60 miles between Ashford International and London St Pancras, as well as an additional 30-mile link between Dartford and Faversham.
Yeah, so So I presume that basically, oh yeah, and also includes a German line. However, you can actually get what they call not the they call the basic editions. I can't remember the quite the exact name, but basically instead of paying 45 euro, if you want, for instance, if you're interested in the UK route, you can get the training center with the UK route for 35 euro or the equivalent in pounds or whatever currency you want. So basically, I think Dovetail Games has in a sense acknowledged that. I'm just gonna let her finish talking.
Mainline running and thrilling high
in case any of you are interested in this, but like most of you will probably see this anyway. So yeah, basically, I think Dovetail Games has acknowledged that.
This is Train Sim World, Southeastern High Speed, London to Ashford and Faversham.
We get this. I wish you could speed the part she talks. Okay, that was actually quite useless in terms of a training scenario. We didn't learn anything there. Next training module. Okay, Senor Flacco, whoa, how are you? Senor Flacco, sorry, I'm good, how are you? Hope all is well. But basically, I think Dovetail Games has acknowledged the fact that many people aren't quite happy with the way that, I guess in a way, stuff is done, that stuff is bundled together. So for example, like maps are bundled together and trains are bundled together. So I guess obviously there was a monetary reason that's done, but they've kind of moved away from that. So what that means is now they also you can get instead of when you buy Train Sim World 3, you don't have to get all three packs. You can only get one if you want. Same way from the future.
During this brief introduction, we will be covering the critical driving controls
I know how to drive
and
this bullet
passenger
train.
operations. Take a seat in the driver's seat. This is where you'll be spending most of your time.
Okay, actually, I know how to drive this train, so I'm not actually going to do this because there's absolutely no point of doing something I already know how to do. So yeah, so folks, I already know how to drive the Class 375, so that's not what I'm interested in doing. So I just going to quickly mention what I was going to say, and I'm going to come back to this. But basically, from going on from the future with Train Sim World 3, there's no longer going to be the if you want to get a loco and a route add-on, they will be bundled together, but you can also get them separately. So for instance, if you want the loco but you don't want the route add-on, you can get the loco without the map. So they are moving a bit away from the monetary element in the sense of giving you a bit more freedom, although obviously the pricing structure is going to be the main thing to follow here. But yeah, they are moving slowly away from that, so that's one of the main features. The training center essentially yeah, so the training center is essentially what the training center is before, you know how anytime you start a new map or a new DLC, you get like an introduction. Essentially, now they've just centralized that into the training center. Decentralized or centralized? But basically, they've moved away to the center. Senor Flacco, I'm excited. PC, yes, this is PC indeed. This is on. I have this through Steam. This is the PC edition, yes. Although this is available on Epic Games, this is available on everything pretty much. So, folks, the training center in essence is just they've moved the stuff. They have talked about a bit also how the training center is kind of replicates real life training on the trains, and there's some sort of scenario like that. So I guess we can try the Class 395. Yeah, let's do the Class 395 introduction, because I'll need this in order to actually know how to drive it. So the Class 395 is something we'll need for the Southeastern. So I'll do this and see how it looks in the training center. But essentially, all the training center is instead of every time you start a new DLC, if you know how to drive the trains, you can just go straight into it, and that's what the training center is. And then also, if you ever want to refresh your memory on the trains, it's much easier to do that because you don't have to fiddle around with memory
you'll be taken
stuff.
through the operation of this Class 395 Javelin.
Okay.
During this brief introduction, we will be covering the critical driving controls and
okay. While she's talking basic stuff, also just to mention, one of the new features is also the weather conditions and the volumetric skies. Again, to do with the Unreal Engine 4, so as you can see, the clouds look much more dynamic, definitely an improvement, and it just gives the world an extra bit of feel. And then one other thing to mention is that also the physics have improved. Is this to do with the weather? So you can feel the wind blowing on the train. That's what they claim. We'll see if that's the case. Nice, yes. How are you feeling about this new game? Okay.
Take a seat in the driver's seat.
Okay. So.
Firstly, you will need to insert the map.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. So yeah, we have to put in the key, put this to neutral. There we go. As you can see, the interface is similar to Train Sim World 2.
Set the headlights to let others around you know that this train is operational.
Hit the headlights to day running. There we go. So the startup's pretty similar to other trains.
You will be driving the train a short distance and performing passenger operations.
Okay. Wait, let me just
open the passenger doors to allow boarding.
Yep, the key bindings are still the same. Also, I have a feeling this is some sort of training. We look at those Alps as well. This is like, I think this is So I think this is another thing in the training
Now,
center. It's
close
like
the
a
doors
custom
before
training map just to
departure.
train yourself on driving trains. Obviously, somewhat realistic, but somewhat unrealistic. It's the same map for all trains. Oh yeah, close the doors. Perfect.
The reverser controls the direction of travel.
Yes, I know what the reverser does. Thank
But
you.
before attempting to apply power with the Class 395, you should check that power is available.
Okay, and how to do that?
In the top left corner of the main
No,
part
no,
of the
I'm regretting
cab
saying
desk,
that she's
you
too
can see
basic.
the line vault
No
and
explanations.
MCB VCB indicators. If line vault is lit, it means it is detecting active power. If it is not lit, you must either press the CTRL button to raise the pantograph if there are wires above you, or press the DC button to lower the third rail pickups
Okay.
if there is a third rail underneath you. If MCB VCB is lit, it means that a power cutout switch called a circuit breaker is open, which means power is not being made available to the train. Currently, we have line vaults, however, so we can move on. The train is now ready to depart.
Yeah, that does sound a bit.
Now,
This train is
drive
definitely a bit more
the
complicated than the
circuit
Class
to get used to the
375.
controls. The
Was-
train features a combined brake and throttle power handle, so pull the lever towards you to release the brakes.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, she's just annoying me with her explanation. So yeah, these high-speed trains also are a bit more complicated to drive because you have to change switchovers. You may have seen that in the LGV video, and I've already forgotten how to drive that train. But basically they're obviously sometimes using the third rail. Here we're using the overhead wires, and the pantograph is not even raised. But anyway. Let me just check our... just gonna check our performance here, because I'm smelling heat, which is not good. What's our GPU at, temperature-wise? Our GPU is at 82 degrees, which is very high. Anyway. Now we just speed up. So yeah, this is a little custom. I think this is the custom map of the training center. It's about 5 kilometers long, and it's just a way to get you familiar with all the trains. I guess it's a nice little feature. You know, a bit gimmicky, not gonna lie, folks. It does feel a bit gimmicky, but nonetheless, it is kind of nice. I think it's better to have it decentralized because it's a bit annoying every time you have a new DLC to have to go through the introduction, then you have to click escape. So yeah, I think it's better that they've done that. That's a good move. In terms of obviously, you know, in terms of the fact, like it, I think the reception has been interesting.
Is a method used to efficiently maintain.
The reception has been quite interesting because people have been saying, "Oh yeah, it actually looks quite good." So the hate was unwarranted. I think the main thing is obviously
by moving the power
it is essentially quite similar. Oh. It is quite similar in a way to Train Sim World 2. Like the skies, the main difference is the sky and the.
High-speed dual-voltage electrical.
It's kind of like Rush Hour in a way. It's just slightly improved.
Both third rail and overhead electrification. 29 Javelins were built in Japan by Hitachi between 2007 and 2009.
Oh,
for Channel
Japan!
Tunnel
Oh,
Railway,
Hitachi's is
CTRL,
Japanese.
domestic services.
I was thinking.
The Class 395 is capable of running at 140 miles per hour under AC overhead electrification and up to 100 miles per hour on DC third rail.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I was getting confused with the Hitachi Italy, which was what the metros in Copenhagen were, because that's something I was doing recently, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, the map's kind of nice though. It's kind of like, I don't know, these buildings kind of look American-y, but then the countryside doesn't really look American. It kind of looks European with those windmills. Maybe Scandinavian-esque. Okay, I'm meant to be stopping, so. Oh, and there's like a train yard. Will it make it in time? Be a perfect stop, although very, very harsh. Okay. Do I just drive to the next station now? Okay. But where is this getting the power from? Because the pantograph is not up, and the third rail is... Yeah. But yeah, that's the main stuff within Train Sim World 3. That kind of covered everything I want to cover. It's interesting there's only a 10 euro difference if you get the... Because the way they've done it is it still works out more expensive than Train Sim World 2, which gave you the 3 things. Because even if you buy the basic version, which just gives you one map and a training center, it's still more expensive than Train Sim World 2 was originally. I know now it's 18 euro, but originally it was 30. Which kind of seems a bit odd, but there you have it. But yeah, that's what it is, I guess. You know. Well, presumably, I'm gonna reckon that in a few months, if you're kind of on the fence, in a few months it'll definitely go down in price. It's always the case because obviously they start releasing DLCs. Once they start releasing DLCs, you can just they lower the price of the base game so that way more people have it. Although the way they'll do it this time is probably interesting because now they have Train Sim World 3, the standard edition with all 3, but then they also have the basic editions with just 1 with a 10 euro difference. So maybe they'll lower the prices of the standard editions, not the main one. We'll see. We never know. But realistically, I think most people just have one map they kind of prefer and then don't really look at the rest anyway. So no, that was the case with Train Sim World 2. In terms of the train that they went for, the train's the same. They went for the German route, they went for the American freight route, and they went for the London route. Although this time it wasn't. This wasn't the underground.
Begin applying a small amount of braking force to bring the train to a gentle stop. Also
to mention is that everything from TSW2 is compatible with Train Sim World 3. The process was very seamless. The first time you open up Train Sim World 3, it's going to ask you, do you want to port over your progress from Train Sim World 2, or do you want to create a new profile? I just click port over everything, so then your experience points you have will get ported over, and all your progress and all your add-ons are accessible in Train Sim World 3 as well. So in terms of that, everything's seamless. But you know, again, it's not surprising considering, as many of you may notice, it's similar enough. Train Sim World 3 with Train Sim World 2. I was gonna make the joke, Train Sim World 2 is Train Sim World 3. You know, what's the difference? But yeah, we kind of went over the main differences. But you know, we'll give it a chance. You know, the game itself is good. It's, I guess the price is the main point, and obviously. So presumably then in another 2 years we'll have Train Sim World 4, maybe. Also, actually, there's another thing that I forgot to mention is the AI train. So the other thing they focus on the Train Sim World 3 is the timetables and the AI routes. Focus16, hello, how are you? Good to see you here. So yeah, I forgot to mention that.
The train has safely come to a stop. You can now use the door control to open. But
basically, also they focused on adding an AI train. So the timetables on the Southeastern have been completely changed because they're based off 2020 when it was lockdown, there's less demand. Now this is 2019 when there was more demand. And what they've also done is they've also added an international AI train. So if you own the LGV add-on, you'll have international train. Like you'll have the LGV train running in London because it's like the international train from London to France as an AI. You'll also have rail tour as a scenario. So if you own the Spirits of Steam, you can do a rail tour, which is actually drivable and also run as AI, but in the months of April to May. So there are a lot of new little features that kind of add to the detail. Yes, Juve, hello, how are you? Good to see you here. Hope all is well. Focus, I'm good. How are you? So that's that. Now let's go back to well, next. I'm not going to scenario just yet. I just want to basically today just gonna look at the training center and learn how to drive the class 395, and then tomorrow I'm gonna record the first video in the morning of the southeastern route. I presume Ashford International is also a thing. Also, just quickly to show you, basically. Oh, train depot. Pick a train. So yeah, there your training module. So yeah, the interface is different as well. Let's just take a look at here. So basically here are the stuff. Oh, do I have... I don't know this, do I? Oh, maybe I do. Oh, it's still the standard edition, so I'm a bit surprised there. Let me just read the comment. That's good. Is the game release? Focus. No, this is early access. So basically, the way they've done it is that if you pre-purchased it, you get 4 days of early access. So basically, the game's releasing on the 6th of September. People who pre-purchased it get early access. I was kindly given a key by Dovetail Games, so that's how I have this. Again, little disclaimer for transparency reasons. Yusuf, I have an issue with Omsi 2 where you have many maps, and if you play them, e.g. South London map, and try to put in the destination, but it shows other destinations. Yeah, you need to select the right HOF file. So first of all, make sure you put the HOF file for that map into, whenever you install a new map, you need to put the HOF file into the buses you want to use it into, in the vehicles folder, and then you need to select that from the bus menu. Focus 16, just to check the depot, Yusuf. Oh yeah, thanks for that, Focus. So yeah, the interface is a bit different, so you can choose the route. Okay, I thought I had more. Where's the other stuff? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so basically, but I own this already. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at the import because I think I did the import there. So my profile over. Oh, sorry. This is never mind. Let's see what's happened here. Yeah, I see what's happened here. This is a new profile. So if you go to settings, if you go to so yeah, my route should be here. Oh, thank you so much. No worries. Advanced settings. Oh, okay, I can click this profile. And then I think if I go to if I go here to the trains, I'm a bit confused. We'll figure it out, folks. But yeah, because basically the stuff you own should appear here. Anyway, oh, I have the speed of steam. That's cool. Anyway, what we're gonna do now is just gonna continue on with this. I'm gonna have to basically. I have had literally. I got this at 6 o'clock. I installed it. I was away for a few hours. I came back and I'm literally doing this now. So it is. I did read a bit about it, but yeah, I'll have to just focus a bit more on that. Anyway, let's continue on with our training. So we'll go back to home. We go to training center. If you go to training, and they're gonna go back to a class 395. And now let's do the. Don't learn the basics of high speeds. I think we're going to do the power modules first because this is more essential to driving the trains. But yeah. Focus 16. So if I have Train Sim World 3, I can transfer my Rush Hour DLC to this game. Yes, exactly. They have said that everything you own from Train Sim World 2 will be compatible with Train Sim World 3. So yes, it should be. I'm not sure why that's not the case with me at the moment. I think it's to do with the profiles, and maybe you have to have a Dovetail live account. But yes, this is something they've stated. So everything is to be compatible from day one. So yes,
how to switch between the third
obviously,
rail and
people will be very unhappy if that was not
the
the case.
Class 395. This needs to be performed at Ebbsfleet when a Class 395 service switches between the DC third rail lines between Ebbsfleet and Faversham and the overhead power lines between Ebbsfleet and London St Pancras.
I hate doing this switching of the DCs.
Okay, you are just outside
St Flacco, cool, that's great. Yeah, no, it's amazing.
In the direction of Faversham. Begin by getting the train moving and pull into the platform.
Okay.
Please review the Class 395 training module if you would like a reminder on how to make the train start and stop.
Okay. Master key is in. Perfect. Let me make sure there's no doors open. So yeah, that's cool. Sorry, this is a bit. What's happened here? Yeah, I'm definitely overloading my GPU here. Okay. So something's not right here. We've done that. Oh yeah, that was what we need to do here. And that's just the day running. Is my reverser and forward? It is. So I'm a bit confused what's happening here. We did follow the right procedure. Yeah, so you need to check that thing. That's what we need to check. So we are in. Okay, cool. Chloe Cross, I forgot about Train to World 3. To be fair. Oh no, did you actually? Yikes, no. I did not. Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Sorry. We just did a training module of this and I've completely forgotten. So what I'm missing here is I've put in the reverser. The reverser's in forward, so that's correct. The only thing is that we need to make sure here that this is correct. So I think we need a pantograph. Yeah, we need a pantograph here. A pantograph is raised. So why is this not moving off is the question. Why is it going backwards? I'm just gonna restart this because options restart, yeah, because that's just kind of gone haywire there. Yeah. It's interesting also they're getting 4 days of early access, but there you have it. Okay. Power change of introduction. This time I'm gonna focus on this, so let me just comprehend what we're saying. So
in this training module,
yes,
you'll be learning how to switch between the third
rail and overhead power modes in the Class
395.
395.
This needs to be performed at
between-
Ebbsfleet when a Class 395 service switches between the DC
Yeah,
power
she talks slow.
lines between Ebbsfleet and Faversham and the overhead power lines between Ebbsfleet and London St Pancras.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, you are just outside Ebbsfleet Station, heading in the direction of Faversham. Begin by getting the train moving and pull into the platform.
Okay, cool, let's go.
Please review the Class 395 training module if you would like a reminder on how to make the train start and stop.
Okay, so this train's, yeah, the train's just ready to go, that's why. I don't know. Yeah, sorry. The train was ready to go for some reason, that's why. I'm not sure why, but yeah, the train was just ready to go, so yeah, there we go, that was the issue, so. Hopefully the stream is not stuttering. The stream quality is good. Okay, cool. Yeah, so sorry about that, folks. But basically, hopefully this also, for those of you who want to skip this, will give you an indicator of how to drive the Class 395. I think this is a new train, because the whole idea of adding the Southeastern in a way was to give you a faster train. Okay. I need to look at the V-Sync. It's definitely when I move too fast the mouse too quickly, it does that thing. Okay, I don't think does it want us to stop at the station? I think it does. Oops. Yeah. Is this an airport? I don't know. Never even heard of Ashford. Okay. Slow and steady does it. This feels very much like the LGV train. But probably many of you are not familiar with that, because realistically, who here is going to be playing French Addons? I got it because it was £6. Absolute steal.
Now that you're stopped in the platform, get the doors open and then you can start the power change process.
Okay, so you have to have the doors open for the power change.
Hold
Interesting.
the DC button until its indicator light comes on to switch to third rail power mode. This will also lower the overhead power.
Okay.
You will see the line volt light has gone out, meaning the train has no power at all. And the MCB VCB light has come on, telling you the circuit breakers are open.
Where is that light?
Press the pan up shoes down button to lower the third rail shoes and draw power to the train. The line volt light should now be lit. Congratulations, you have successfully switched power
That's
modes.
it. Okay.
Close the doors and pull forwards to the indicated marker on the track.
So yeah,
that
that's
you can
pretty
get ready
straightforward.
to try this the other way around.
But you can't.
You'll find that the train is slower to accelerate under DC power than when on the overhead lines.
Okay. Okay, so the two white lines on the signal mean that you're allowed to cross the red. So those two white lines there, the diagonals. Yeah, so this is unlike the one in the LGV, you can't actually change the power while the train is moving. The train has to be stopped. That's what I'm getting here. Chloe, you find it interesting how they misspelled center, the English way to center. Oh, did they? Oh, they spelled this. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that is that is low-key concerning, considering this is, you know, a brand new game. But yeah, that's not ideal. So Neil Flacco saying hello to Chloe, big fan. Ah, there you go, Chloe. Look, you've got a fan in the happy days. But yeah, this is the new area of the Southeastern DLC. You know, it looks detailed enough. I haven't actually been here to know. But yeah, I am really liking the clouds though, because I have to say the sky in the Unreal Engine 4 before was very two-dimensional. Now it looks a lot better, and it's looking a lot more like dynamic. That's the word. I'm just gonna make sure that our GPU is not about to explode. We got a brand new GPU and it runs at 80 degrees. Like, what on earth is this? Oh, it's on 78. I can literally smell the heat. But yeah, overall, first impressions of Chainsaw World 3, you know, I am generally quite pleased. You know, it performs well. There's no major issues. You know, graphically, it's looking better now with the skies. Is it worth 45 quid? I'd say, yeah, I'm not too happy about that either. I just think that, yeah, it's not ideal. But yeah, there is the basic edition. But I think even if it was 30 quid the basic edition, I don't know why it's 35. Because then if you're paying 10 euro more, you get a lot of extra content. So I don't know. You know, but that's the way it is. I think realistically most people will go on, but the reception, as I said before, has been has been good generally, and you know, I do say sales would come soon. So I could just speed up. I'm just aware of that red signal. That's why I'm kind of going slower. That's such an Omsi 2. That is such a reminds me of Omsi 2. You know that, like, with the thing over Upstadt that's used in so many maps, it's like the default German one. Not Upstadt, it's used near Kiesstrasse on the 92 line in the default Berlin Spander map. It looks similar to that, and that's like here as well. Is it still a red signal? Well, here are 2 white lines I can cross, but I don't. No, I don't have to stop. Oh, it's that red signal. It's that red signal. Not really sure what we're doing now. I'm just waiting for the signal. But yeah, also to change the interface, but yeah, it's kind of like it's not necessarily a new game, realistically. Yeah, it's definitely more of a marketing thing more so than anything else, let's be fair. You know the way. It is an improvement from Chainsaw World 2, that's for sure, but it does essentially just feel, it kind of feels like, I guess when they do Chainsaw World, you know how every year they update Train Simulator? It's kind of the same thing. Now let's contact Signaler. Oh, so I have to stop up ahead. Okay, so I presume I'm just... Oh yeah, there's 2 white dots there, so I can just go through the red signal. My bad. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't do that. Okay. No, we know how to do that now, so there's no need to do that. Now the last thing we'll just do is look at the speed signals, and then we have done a training for the class 395. I'll keep it short and sweet. There's no point of dragging this on afterwards. But basically, we're going to go to training. We're going to go back to... So these are all the trains available as well. So actually, these are all the trains that come with the with that. Just to mention, these are all the trains that come with the class with Trainsaw World 3. A lot of them are from DLCs, other DLCs that exist. So that kind of thing. But basically, the standard edition gives you 12 trains as compared to, I think Trainsaw World 2 gave you about 5 or 6. So the standard edition of Chainsaw World 2 gives you a lot. Now do bear in mind, a lot of these have been available from Chainsaw World 2 from add-ons. So for instance, this is from the East Coast Way. This is from the again the East Coast Way. I think this is also in the London rush hour. And then also to mention is that this, I guess, Chainsaw World 3 is kind of like Chainsaw World 2 to Chainsaw World 2020. Because Chainsaw World 2020, Chainsaw World 2, some improvements, Chainsaw World 3. So I guess this is something a trend. We're generally looking at stuff like I don't know how often we look at these updates, every 2 years perhaps. So yeah, that's the way things are headed. And obviously there's inflation. These only come if you get the deluxe edition. I don't think that Jubilee is actually included in the standard edition as far as I know. So we're going to go back to class 395 and let's do the last training, which is just the high-speed signals introduction. And then we'll leave it at that. And then we'll say this video is focusing just on the training center. So it's lived up to its description, which I think is reasonable. Okay. We're nearly there. I know it's a late night stream, probably not the best time to be streaming this, but I just thought we'd get a video out there, and then tomorrow I'll get to recording and that sort of thing, and then kind of making stuff a bit more organized.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to use the TVM in-cab signalling system. At high speeds, trains may take longer to stop than the visual range of the driver. The TVM 430 in-cab signalling system alerts drivers to changes in speed from several kilometres away. So you're currently around Dagenham, Essex, just before Tunnel 2 and heading towards London St Pancras. In this training module, you'll be driving westbound into London and understanding all the indications that the TVM system is giving you to safely complete the journey. You'll be stopping at Stratford International and London St Pancras.
Stratford International. Oh, there's no airport at Stratford. Why is it called International? That's really confusing.
The start of these is indicated by a TVM block marker. You can see these along the side of the line as a yellow triangle set against a blue background such as the one directly in front of you now.
Ah, okay.
Get the train moving and let's get going. Most of this journey is going to take place in tunnels, and that will make it easier to focus on the TVM indications coming up in the cab.
Yeah, so basically this is more advanced thing. This is if you're kind of using without the F1 menu. If you're using the F1 menu, you will know when a signal is. So this is really, this training module is for the advanced people.
While the other non-TVM controlled lines are in miles per hour. The train will automatically switch between the two.
Oh, this is good. I thought you used the imperial system. I was using the metric system. I prefer the metric system, but it's a bit confusing to why, if anything, it's the imperial system, choosing metric.
Lighting up in various positions as you go. Only one number will be displayed at any time, and this number is your current maximum permitted speed. This is also shown on the HUD with a blue marker. As you get started, you can see that the train is showing a 225 display, meaning that our maximum permitted speed is currently 225 kilometers per hour. Keep accelerating.
Okay. Oh wait, why is this in kilometers an hour? I'm confused now. I did prefer the metric system though. But yeah, look at that sky. It's just so much nicer. But this is a new feature within the Unreal Engine 4 in general. Because if you look at volumetric skies, because it's like, what exactly does it mean by volumetric? I know kind of what it means. But yeah, it's just, that's, I think that's a new feature within the Unreal Engine 4 that's implemented in the game. But it definitely makes the experience much better. Like, it actually, it feels much more like the real world now.
As you approach Stratford,
that being said, Train Sim World has always had, even Train Sim World 3, always has done the best of the graphics with the Unreal Engine 4. Okay, let me just focus on this. Also, the route lines are really long in this. Like, one of the, like, they're all over 100 kilometers long. Like, the south distance is 89 miles per hour, 80 miles, or 88 or something like that. The Grand Patch is 89, and then the castle, the German one's like 150 kilometers an hour, 50 kilometers. So they're really long. Yo, DC77. Yo, how are you? Good to see you here. Hope all is well. This is. Oh, you can hear. Yeah, now you can hear the sounds inside the train much better. No worries, yeah, this stream's gonna finish about 10 minutes anyway. I know it's a late night stream. This was just gonna give you first impressions of Train Sim World 3, get something out on the first day of this. Tomorrow I'm gonna have more videos out and gonna record some stuff of this, so yeah, no worries, absolutely. Thanks for popping by. I know I don't stream often as well, so it's always nice to see new faces and people who've changed their names, that sort of thing. Yeah, oh yeah, there was that little signal thingy. There's a signal up ahead. I wonder if this is on DC. I presume this is on, yeah, this is on DC. So, oh no, it's on the pantograph. It should say it here. Destination on the service. Speed, powering. Yeah, I don't know.
In a moment, the 225 indicator will begin flashing. That means the next block will be at a reduced speed. You don't need to do anything now except prepare to slow down.
Yeah, so...
Next, you will see the indicator change to show a flashing 200. This means that you should now be slowing down to reach no faster than 200 kilometers per hour by the next block marker.
So Big Adventure, Train Sim 3, new one. Yes, this is the new Train Sim World 3.
Well.
Is it just released in September? Because usually this stuff releases in August. Maybe it was a bit delayed, but I know the release was always meant in September. But yeah.
The indicator will next.
This is very similar to driving the LGV. It's literally the same. So if you're doing the LGV, it'll feel very similar.
So that you are no faster than 160 kilometers per hour by the next marker.
Oh, so the marker is like the blue and the yellow thing. That's pretty cool. So that makes sense. So basically, the marker are the little flags. This here. So we have to be by 160 by there. So now we're fine. Now we have to be by 100 by the next marker. Where is the next marker? That's the question. How do you know when the next marker is?
Steady. You know that TVM.
Leo, this season is an Alphas. Have a good weekend. You too. You too. No, that wasn't. Where is the next marker? That's the thing. Like, how much? You know, it's kind of like. Okay. I think we're fine now at this speed. Yeah, there we go.
As you exit Tunnel 2 into Stratford International Station, apply brakes as needed to come to a stop.
Ah, it's overground the station. Nice. We see the light. That was a long tunnel. Yeah, that explains how some of these routes are so long. When it's tunnels, obviously tunnels are quite easy to make in game because it's just repeating the same scenery. Oh, look. I have to say, it's definitely a big improvement, the graphical engine. Obviously, it's having the new graphics card helps, but even compared to Train Sim World 2, like, the lighting effects, it does feel more vibrant and more dynamic for sure. There's a speed signal. Oh, actually, Stratford... No, wait. I think maybe they passed this on the National Express route to London Stansted. No, ooh, that... I can't remember. I might have, yeah, it's in East London. The glare. Jeff, I'm enjoying Train Sim World 3. It's nice to have these improvements, and then hopefully the stuff will work properly. The routes add-ons, but they should. Okay.
Great work. You've stopped at Stratford International. For this training module, you don't need to open the doors, so let's get going and do the second leg of this journey into London St Pancras. You won't receive any further guidance on how to understand TVM. Use what you've just learned. It will be a similar approach slowing you down out of Tunnel 1 into London St Pancras to the one you
so the flag looks good. Yeah, it does indeed. So folks, what we're going to do is we are going to do this, but we're not going to use the F1 menu because using the F1 menu is kind of cheating.
100 kilometers
so,
per hour,
yeah,
but it will
why not?
rise to 225 kilometers per hour as you enter Tunnel
So,
1.
what else do you think needs improving in Train Sim World 3? I think the thing is, sometimes if you move the mouse very drastically, it does that. I'm not sure that's just on my end, but maybe that's to do with the settings. I think these are like the settings they have here are just ones that NVIDIA's automatically placed. The thing is, I'm probably not the best person to speak because my train knowledge is very limited. So there's stuff people notice about inaccuracies that I won't notice just because I have very limited train knowledge. So you know, I'm probably not the best authority, the biggest authority to speak when it comes to this. But I wonder, do you have anything in particular, Sneer Flacco, that you think needs improving in Train Sim World 3? I think it's kind of ironic. I find it's a bit ironic that they've moved away from the monetary sense that they're allowing consumers more freedom to only buy stuff they want, like with the DLC, like with the trains and the locals. But at the same time, they've increased the price. So I think it kind of, in a way, it kind of balances. But still, look at it. It is what it is. But yeah. be interesting to see what they come up for Chainsaw World 4, what kind of improvements they do. Because what are the improvements from Chainsaw World 2020 to Chainsaw World 2? I have no idea. The Chainsaw World 3 to Chainsaw World 2, I've mentioned them already, so not to be a broken record, I won't mention them again. Okay, we didn't even make it to 225 kilometers an hour, so we're really fine. The thing is, yeah, you have to. Okay, we're at 0. That's fine. Yeah, I don't have any little cheaters. It's definitely more difficult. 200. It's going to tell us to lower down to what? Also, with the new timetable changes, I know sometimes the timetables are very tight. They should make it more achievable to run on time, so that should keep people happy. Okay, now we need to slow down. Perfect, 160, we're grand. Although it always feels faster on the outside than inside. Okay, now we need to slow down. Can't even see the percentage of the brake anymore. This is like, this like feels like we're in the deep end. But yeah, the DVM is fairly straightforward. It's really, really straightforward. There's nothing like particularly difficult about it. It's, yeah. But I think this was in the old Southeastern as well. I'd say it's probably people prefer when there's none of that F1 menu, which is just like the overlays. I don't like overlays particularly either. Oh, you can hear when you release the brake, yeah. Also, here look, we're just about managing by the distance we have, but like, yeah, it seems a lot shorter than the last one, like the time you have to slow down.
From here on, TVM is shut down and the indicators will have gone. Now you're back to relying on route knowledge, or the HUD, to know about upcoming signals and speed limit changes. Watch for speed reductions as you continue your final journey into London St Pancras.
Okay. Oh no, now we're in the deep end. Now we won't be doing too well with this. Yeah, also the way, oh yeah, so that's definitely different. When you exit the tunnel, it definitely feels different the way you kind of get a glare, and then it kind of, I don't know, it feels more immersive. Definitely, I definitely noticed a big improvement in the graphics, I have to say. But I am really loving this sky. You know, they made the big deal about that sky, but to be fair, so in a way it was kind of justified because this sky is beautiful. You know, folks, I do love a good sky mod. Like Omsi 2, we have a sky mod, you know. Because like the thing is, even in pictures, like if you have a washed out sky or you just have a sky that doesn't look accurate, it ruins the whole experience. So the sky is central, so it's great that they've added this little new sky. What is with the premium that Trainsaw World 3 is? I'll let you guys decide that, but you know, I'm loving this guy. So this is London St Pancras. I've actually been to St Pancras. There's been, oh, those are two Waterloo towers, and they're not. There's not two Waterloo towers, there's one. Yeah, because it's meant to be central London, isn't it? It doesn't really feel like central London. Oh, that's showing the brake percentage. The lever there. Yeah, it's actually, sometimes it shows you all you're missing when you use the HUD, like all the realism you're missing. And nice there's like rail controllers and like there's like a multiplayer element where someone could be like a train dispatcher. That'd be cool, I think. Okay.
That concludes the basics of
now we know how to drive the Class 395, so hopefully tomorrow when I try to record the Southeastern, it will go well. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? I remain optimistic. Cautiously optimistic. And folks, that brings us to an end to this stream. Hopefully I've given you a good impression of Trainsaw World 3 to begin with. Let's go to the main menu quickly, see if we missed anything, and then tomorrow I'm going to be doing it video-wise, so it should look better. Session invalid, what does this mean? Yeah. So as you can see here, all the there are all the add-ons. There all of the, so these are all the Train Sim World 2 add-ons in Train Sim World 3 as well. You can buy now, but the thing is, I already own this, so how to transfer this over, I'll figure that out. I don't think they've done any updates per se for them. Also, you see here there's 30% discounts. I think this is for people who buy them separately. So if you buy them separately, so if you buy the basic pass and the standard edition, then I presume you'll be able to in the future get them at a discount. It still work out as more expensive than buying it all individually, but that's usually the group discount. I think my internet's being a bit laggy, so that's that. Let's see, that's the store, that's the training center, explore on foot. Oh, you can also explore the training center. So this is the training center map on foot. So as you can see there, it involves this, a circle. So yeah, this is and then you can, yeah, you can do your own things there. That's a little new feature. Route tasks, you can take a look here at all the route tasks there are. So training center, canyon pass, all that. If you go back to home, then we also have back to the trains. You have train depot, pick a train. So you can do scenarios, or you can do timetable mode. Then you can choose a train you want. So let's say you want this train. And you click official. You click that, and then this is the route you can drive it on. So that's kind of the interface there. Also, they changed the colors. There's a big thing with the white now. Rail journeys, again, you can say southeastern speed, and then there's all the stuff you can do here. As you can see, they've included all the trains from like the most of the UK trains. So I guess to give you a bit more value, because obviously the price is more increased, they're giving you more trains. Which, if you've owned all of these DLCs, you're getting less value. If you haven't, then you're getting more value. That sort of thing. But yeah. I think that's also why they're moving away from the train and the map, because obviously a lot of the maps use the same trains. So once you've kind of built up the core fleet of trains, it's a bit pointless to be adding in trains or trying to figure out how to add in trains. So that's probably one of the reasons also they've done that, and then hopefully that should make stuff better value for money, maybe bring down the price of route add-ons a bit, because it's just the route add-ons. Then obviously if you don't own the trains, then give a combination, it'll be a bit more expensive, that sort of thing. Okay. That's that. Let's go back. Yeah, that's really it. So, disconnected from Dovetail. Yeah. I think perhaps the route add-ons will be integrated from the 6th of September, because this is the early access. Maybe that's why. Presumably, maybe. But yeah, I'll look into it to let you know, folks, what the story there is. And then you can create a new profile, that kind of thing. Imported, so you can see this is imported. This was created in February 13, 2020. So I've imported this from Train Sim World 2. So if you click on this, the only thing is I'm not too sure why it's not showing me all the stuff I own, which is a bit strange. So I presume maybe that's just gonna happen in a few days. I'll look into it, let you guys know. So folks, that's it. Hopefully I've given you a good impression of Train Sim World 3. There'll be more content to come. I do plan to do all 3 lines. I want to do training center videos because they're a bit awkward to film over, because you have that person, the woman talking, doing the voiceover, and she talks very slowly, and there's no point. I don't think people will really want to see that, because that's kind of just meh. So I will do the videos. I'll learn how to drive the trains in my own time. So first up will be the Southeastern. We'll do the scenarios as well and have like a running series like that. So yeah, this is Train Sim World 3. Looking forward to it. And yes, that's it for now, folks. Until next time, bye for now.